I'm Dr. Matthew Chodkowski from the University of Indianapolis, the Institute for Postindustrial Leadership. And it's been a great pleasure of mine and the university's to support Endress & Hauser on their leadership journey. I've been working with Endress & Hauser now for over a year, and most of the work has been focused on delivering the LEAD program, which is a leader education and development program consisting of 5 workshops that we present over a period of a month and a half.
The great part about the journey is we've involved all sorts of Endress & Hauser employees to try to make the journey holistic and look at it from all perspectives.
One of the coolest things I've learned from the leadership journey is the concept of the difference between vertical job expansion and horizontal job expansion, which makes me think in whole new ways about how to keep people interested and engaged in what they're doing and how they can grow.
Well, the one key thing that I've learned from the leadership journey is around motivation and the fact that while the environment and the conditions can certainly inspire and also set up a precondition for motivation, ultimately motivation is self-generated and self-executed. So it's all depending on yourself.
We've had approximately 4 groups now go through the program, and this program is very unique. Just like Endress & Hauser. It's something very different than the traditional approach to leadership development, and it focuses primarily on cognition, not on behavior. We help the leaders become self-aware through reflection, but also become self-knowledgeable through introspection.
I'm seeing my team integrate the principles by more discussions about why we're doing things. We're talking a lot more today about the intent of things instead of the how are we going to get something done and what the result needs to be. We're talking a lot more about the intent and the why and even the reasons behind the initial why.
I've seen the leadership journey experience show up in my day-to-day at Endress & Hauser and working with people who've gone through the journey. I've seen that a lot of people are more intentional with their actions. They're very thoughtful and do a lot of self-reflection, and there's a lot more collaboration when it comes to determining actions and trying to solve problems.
We've also been working on the creation of a summit, which is a chance for us to come together 3 times a year to collaborate as Endress & Hauser employees, see outside resources, professors, experts, scholars, and come together to be able to talk about leadership from different angles.
Well, first I have learned to understand myself and what is my role in the change management process, and to be able to evaluate my role as leader or as follower. And when I do that, then I can follow and decide what the principles are. And then I can start to function on those principles. And as I do that, I take ownership of it. And when I take ownership of it, I will create the environment for the team. And the team will feed off of that environment and be able to operate under the principles.
So for someone just starting in the leadership journey, I think the most important piece of advice that I could give would be to be willing to be challenged and to be able to hold 2 perhaps opposing ideas in your head at the same time. The biggest challenge with that is not automatically discarding one or preferring the other, because if you do something like that, you're going to limit both your view of leadership and how you can grow in your own journey.
One of my favorite concepts of the journey so far is this idea of when you take time to look at the way you see things and think through things, the way that you see things and think about things can change, evolve, and get wiser. And these summits that we are coming together for 3 times a year give us a chance to do that, to come together, to take time to think, which then translates into the workplace where we can work with ourselves, on teams, with our customers, with the other production centers to get more effective outcomes. And we are on this journey for at least 3 years, and we have about 120 of us that are in the journey so far, and we'll continuously add new members of Endress & Hauser, whether emerging leaders in the organization or those of us that are interested in gaining more leadership skills, the opportunity to jump into this journey, learn, grow, develop, and all become better, wiser leaders for the future.